Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing something new that I haven't usually ever done before, and that is going into a more podcast kind of interview. So, here with me today is Josh, better known as Bic Mitchum. So, thank you again, Josh, for joining me today, and let's get started. So, the first question I have for you is, how long have you been on YouTube?
How long have I been doing YouTube? I started, I guess it was March 2017, I want to say, yeah. So about 2 years.
Okay. Did you? I've watched a decent amount of your videos, but I haven't gone quite channel stalking. Did you start with? Did you start always with Star Wars games with Battlefront, or did you start streaming and posting videos on any other different games?
Well, I guess the first videos I ever uploaded were NHL goals that I'd scored.
I
I
gotcha.
thought were
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I would just post them to share with my friends, and then when I started playing Battlefront, we had a few like glitchy moments with the game, and we've been playing around with the PlayStation. We figured out that you could like record, uh, content with it. So we saved them and tweeted them at EA or whatever, but never got a reply. But a few of them actually stuck, and people liked them. So that's sort of where we started off with Battlefront.
Yeah. And do you, for your channel moving forward, are you hoping to be? It's been looking like you've been posting majorly Star Wars stuff. Are you hoping to be doing more different types of games, doing more glitch stuff, or do you want to stick with more Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, well, we consider ourselves like a glitch channel primarily. Like that's what we started off doing. The only reason we really got into the Star Wars scene was because we were both fans of Star Wars, and that's sort of where we had a lot of our success early. But we're always experimenting with different stuff. We're always playing different games on our own, and even when we stream, even though we haven't been streaming a lot lately, we try to play different games and get out there and meet new people. So yeah, we're definitely not exclusive to Star Wars, but that's mostly where we lie in the niche.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that Star Wars will always be giving you a everlasting supply of glitches, as
Yeah.
as we've seen. All right, so I guess the big news coming next week, yeah, in about 10 days, is the Darth Tyrannus update. You got any thoughts or hopes on what you think it's going to be?
Well, I'm excited for Dooku because he's got to be one of the best lightsaber characters skill wise, and with that coming alongside the update towards the saber battle, I think that's something to look forward to. I hope he's very skilled lightsaber duelist, because if he isn't, then that would be kind of disappointing. But that's really the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to with him. Um, just getting new content is going to be great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And speaking of lightsaber combat, I know that they've been mentioning to us that they're going to be tweaking lightsaber combat. I don't necessarily know when that's going to be coming out. They haven't given us a date for. But what if best case scenario? What are you hoping for with revamped lightsaber combat? What do you think that could look like? Because I saw that you put a video out about how, in reality, this is the best that lightsaber combat has ever been up until now. Even though it's still pretty bad. But
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the dynamics are good. Obviously, there's some things that need to be fixed, like the stun effect and like dashing and things like that. But I would like to see the lightsabers a lot more free, like free flowing.
yeah,
And in my opinion, like the most fun lightsaber combat that I've played goes all the way back to the Jedi Knight series, where
yes,
just like
yes.
basically, if you've ever played it, he's got his mic, you're just clicking and he's just swinging like mad, and like it felt a lot more looser and a lot more free. With like, I always have described the hero combat as like kind of smashing two action figures together. That's sort of the feeling I get with it. So I want something a little more loose, a little more dynamic.
Definitely for sure. I remember it's definitely not as bad as in terms of action figure smashing as the last Battlefront. I went back and played that, and good lord, that is atrocious. Um, but definitely just kind of some of the herky jerky motions. It's definitely like you kind of get thrown in an animation when you do it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to the new stamina changes about once you run out of stamina, you can't swing, and I think that'll definitely nerf the Ray, Grievous, Vader spammers where they just kind of try and spam swing you. Um,
Yeah, Rey is a tough hero to play against. she definitely needs to be looked at. But we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, and then following Dooku, we have the large scale game mode coming out, and for me, that's something that I'm really looking forward to because I remember when I first purchased the game, I didn't really pay too much attention to the beta. I kind of just went pre-ordered the game, and I kind of expected Conquest to be there, and because I wasn't really paying attention to much of the details preceding it. And now that they're finally looks like they're adding it, I'm pretty excited. I want to know your thoughts on them adding or the large scale game mode. I guess I can't call it Conquest.
Right. So I did. So did have they confirmed that it's Conquest? I don't. I haven't been following it that closely.
Let me pull up. I'm gonna go to the official roadmap here. Um,
Last I heard of it, it was a large game mode, and I don't. A lot of people assumed it was Conquest, but I guess it could be.
yeah, yeah. So if while this is loading, because I remember, so they said it's a large scale game mode revolving around capture points and capital ship takedowns. And I remember Dennis teased on Twitter the image of the work in progress model. Of he didn't call it a command post, but it was the command post from the original Battlefront 2. So I'm assuming that that's what it is. And again, Dice is always pretty withholding when it comes to sharing information. So I guess we can't really know for sure.
Yeah. Um. Well, if it is Conquest, I mean, I'm always happy to see new game modes. Uh. I just I'll be interesting to see how popular it is on the consoles. I feel like maybe that might be something people on the PC might be more attracted to, just because, well, you know, you're playing with the. Oh, sorry, I don't know what I was going with there, but yeah, I don't know. Conquest. To be honest with you, I haven't really thought a lot about it, and new content is always good, but yeah, it's not something I'm super excited about, to be honest with you.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, following that, looks like we have no idea what's going to be coming after that. I'm hoping that in February they give us an updated roadmap, but we'll definitely see about that. But if, in your opinion, if you could add something to the game, whether it be new heroes, new skins, new weapons, what is your, uh, let's just say, best scenario
My
for
wish list,
your
or
wish list? Yeah, your best scenario for new content.
well, I'd hope to see more uh, heroes. I guess I think there's a lot of content that isn't in the game yet that could be. I'd like to see like, and this is probably way out there, but I'd like to see some VR. In the last game, they had a VR mission that was pretty fun, and they sort of have abandoned VR as far as the new game has gone. So perhaps we could see something like that. Now, that would just be obviously something that I think would be cool. What else? Heroes. I'd like to see them get stats in the game. It'd be cool to know where individual players stand, and how your kill death ratio is, things like that, like things that were in the original game. Uh, I mean 2015, not the original series, but
Yeah,
things that were already there that we haven't gotten yet. I don't know. Other than that, maybe more community events. Things I've had a lot of fun with, like the XP events, the Heroes Unleashed.
for
That
sure.
stuff's cool. If they did more stuff like that, I'd definitely spend more time playing, and I think the community would benefit from more things like that.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely. I remember when Ben Walk took over as the community manager, and as snarky as he is, and sometimes as frustrating as it can be when there's a lot of silence. They have done a great job of giving us at least something every month, and I will say I think since Grievous has come into the game, every month putting out the calendar of every week that there's some sort of event, whether it's Heroes Unleashed or it's double XP, and in this case it was triple XP this week. It's been great just because it gives you a reason to kind of come on and play the game. So that's definitely been great because
Yeah, and just to add one more thing as well, I think people sort of scoff at the skins a little bit, but I'd like to see way more skins. I think they should be putting skins out like weekly, really, and it adds a little bit of clout to the game. If you have a cool skin that nobody else has out there, and it's another thing that sort of adds some competitive value out there. So, and they make money off it presumably. So I think that that's a win-win for everyone. So I don't know why they're not giving us more skins, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I'm not a game developer by any means, but you know,
No, neither am I.
I have no idea why it's like,
But I mean, games like Fortnite, they put out new skins. I mean, it seems like every day there's something new on the store.
yeah, all the time. And yeah, and I get that there's an approval process that Disney has to do things, so maybe it's on Disney's end and Lucasfilm's end and not Dice's. But at the same time, we have modders that are making skins that
Yeah.
are pretty good, and they're coming out all the time. So I have no idea why. I mean, they're just
Well, yeah, and if you look at
missing an
some of the
opportunity.
standards, yeah, if you look at some of the standards they left with us, like bandage Chewbacca, how long can that really take to throw together? So, and I mean, again, I'm not a dev. I don't know. Maybe it is extremely hard, but it just doesn't seem like from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like it seems like it's something that could easily be done, and would have a huge positive effect. So,
Oh, for sure. And I was even thinking, in addition to that, like the battle scenarios, putting out a new set of battle scenarios every, 2 or 3 months or so, uh, just to, I don't know, make something interesting with the game because they're there, and arcades become kind of a meme now. And
yeah,
uh,
that's a good idea. I haven't really thought of that. Battle scenarios would be cool. Could do well, I mean, there's lots of battles to choose from.
and especially since we've gotten new maps now, you can just throw new maps. We have new heroes, and also you can tie skins with the battle scenarios. Like I like the idea of how the smuggler Han Solo skin worked, but it wasn't that great of a skin, and it was kind of a grind. But
Yeah,
whoever chose to got it, got it.
yeah. Well, that's one thing that this game is sort of lacking is the sense of reward that you get, and it comes from, I guess, not being able to look at the stats, but uh, it also comes from things like that. There's not really much uh, motivation, I guess, to go into the arcade and just play.
I guess you could say it's lacking a sense of pride and accomplishment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's a better way to put it.
Um, so